Can you guys hear me? Mic check, mic check, mic check 1 2. YouTube, can you hear me? Okay, awesome. I think I muted myself. Alright guys, I'm live. Here we go. I'm just setting everything up. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day out there. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Have a plan, a process, and a strategy as always, guys. Just so you guys know, I'm doing a 28% off sale on the website. 28% off sale on the website currently. On the course and on the scanners. NCTY is another one. What's another one? We can do EDU. And then we can do... hope you guys have been trading well out there. What's going on, Ryan? What's going on, Daniel? What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, KL? What's going on, Trucker? C-Grip's another one. We can do C-Grip. Alright, cool. Alrighty, guys. Good to have you guys on. Good to have you guys in. Just posted that. Make sure that's all set up. And then go on TikTok. Live on TikTok. Alright guys, we're live now. Alrighty. Hope you guys had a great trading day out there. Hope you guys have been trading well. We're just going to go over today's trading day and go from there. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own plan, have a plan, a process, trade at your own risk, have a plan, a process, and a strategy. Today, there were some opportunities out there for sure. Welcome back to Monday, that's for sure. Those of you guys don't know, we're doing a sale, but I'll go over that here in a second. We're doing a 28% off sale. Do you ever trade live? No, I have live trading on my course though. My course is where I do my live trading, and it's recorded live trading. But EDU was unfortunate. That was my overnight, and this one has just gotten absolutely crushed. How did Tail do, or Tal? It came all the way back down. What about Gatu? Came down as well. So a lot of these names, guys, just been getting absolutely crushed just on the news, and that is what it is. And I thought EDU was going to have a nice solid bounce. You know, we had a nice perk through here, and then we had a nice little, you know, there was a huge squeeze up in here, and I'm like, okay, you know, my goals was to take off the 380s and the 4s, but you know, if I'm hitting for kind of home runs, I'm not taking anything off. If I'm taking base hits and doubles, I'm taking bits and pieces off and paying myself out. So when this time of year, this is usually the slowest time of the year, I should be taking base hits, but that's been my biggest mistake over the past 3 or 4 days. You know, is just trying to hit home runs when, you know, they're not there. And it's really kind of done for me to be trying to hit home runs in this day in the market. You know, in July and August, the slowest time of the year. I should definitely be, you know, taking base hits and doubles. But, you know, I kind of get compounded in losses, and that's, you know, what happens with me sometimes. You know, I take a loss, and then I try and make it back, and I try and make it back, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm down, obviously, in the past 3 or 4 days, or the past 4 days, we're down $800,000. Now, you know, the equity's still pretty nice. We still have $700,000 in equity, and I'm overnight a position, so we'll see if that pans out. Things can turn around really quick, but I don't necessarily really want them to turn around really quick. You know, I get myself in these situations where I compound my losses because I'm trying to hit winners to make up for themselves, and you know, singles and doubles, you know, can add up, and they start to compound on themselves. And I need to just stop focusing, especially in July and August. You know, there's other times of the year where you can hit home runs and it's okay. You know, there's no problem. You know, if we're in September, October, November, December, January, and I'm trying to hit home runs, it's more reasonable. If I'm trying to hit home runs in July and August, that's just foolish. And that's the way it goes. I wish that I could say otherwise. But, I've been on a really cold streak, and that's just, like I always say, guys, that's trading. That's why we build a plan, a process, and a strategy. It's because we want to make sure we have edge when we're trading. And if you don't have edge when you're trading, then what are you doing trading? There's no reason to trade if you don't have edge when you're trading, because then you're just guaranteeing yourself, not being in proper positions. So you know what, guys? I mean, it's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating. The first 3 months out of the year, we're up $12 million, and then now we've been in kind of a lull, basically just kind of back and forth, right? And so it's been a little frustrating, to say the least. Not gonna lie, but I've been through this before many times in my career, and I continue to try and better myself every day. And at the end of the day, us as traders, we're always trying to evolve to get better. We're always trying to evolve into making sure, we take the proper trades, we take the proper risk on, we take the proper risk off, and we, get ourselves in situations where, we have an edge on our side. That's what we do. That's how we make our living. That's how we become profitable. That's how we become successful in our own ways, right? We put edge on our side and have a plan, a process, and a strategy that creates an edge on our side. And, I have overnight ideas all the time, but it doesn't mean you trade them. You take your edge and you run with it. If it's something that falls under your criteria, great. If it doesn't, well, then don't trade it. There's no reason to. And so, but yeah, luckily on EDU, guys, I took a little bit off, or some off because I had to, because of the, I was using some margin. But then I ended up perfectly selling EDU at 248 right in here. Luckily, because if I held it all day, it honestly probably looks the same as what it is now, unfortunately. But I wanted to put myself in a situation where I felt like, I took some risk off the table and then let it set back up, and I never really did. And then I tried to play MMAT, which is something that I've been watching on a bounce idea concept. This one's just been crushed. And, we had a nice little volume day here with a nice little bounce, so I've been kind of watching multi-day. I'm trying to see if there's going to be a bounce, and I haven't gotten anything yet. And then time was one where, awesome short concept, right? But I started longing it. Where was it? 184. It was 407,000 shares. So I think it was like, it was like right in here. And then immediately sold for about a 193 gain. About a $30,000 gainer, and this thing went up to 202 and then failed. So I took the back end of it, and then NXTD was unfortunate. This one had a lot of things and still has a lot of things going for it. First off, NAOV. Yesterday, guys, this thing started at 72 cents. Where did NXTD start? 75 cents, right? So I was looking for something all day today that was in the similar price range, because when you see NAOV go that quickly straight up in this smaller price range, around $1, usually there's some FOMO just by seeing this, right, from other people that missed out or the people that played it, right? So NXTD to me had the most going for it, because not only was it in the same price range, and then crypto was its first big bounce day, its first big reversal day today. And then, something in that price range also, holds $1 as the strongest resistance and support in small caps. And crypto's first, bounce day was today. So I really, really had high expectations on NXTD. I mean, I hadn't been confident in a play like this in a while. It had a lot of things going for it. There's FOMO from this price range. There's cryptocurrencies finally day one reversal today. Not only that, but BT was showing strength as well. And this was a crypto name on a reversal day. NXTD was showing that strength, and not only that, but it had tremendous amount of volume. So there was a lot of things going for this, and I still have somewhat. I still think there might be potential on this. It's not out of the realm of opportunities. You could potentially see a gap on this one. And so that's basically where I took my biggest loss today was NXTD. I had to size back on making sure I could overnight. But yeah, guys, that's basically today's trading down. Now I want to go over something. So I'm doing a sale. A lot of you guys have always asked me, this is basically something that I've built. It took me over a year and a half of my life to create, and it basically teaches you guys my strategies. A lot of you guys ask me, do I live trade? I don't do live trades because I don't want anybody piggybacking off of me, right? That's not, to me, that's not self-sufficient, right? But this is probably my most powerful educational concept that you can possibly get. And I made it so, because of the fact that, there's a lot of people out there that, that I've learned from. I've learned from hundreds, maybe even thousands of different people throughout the years. And the biggest thing that helped me in my career was, basically having content that was condensed into a basically, it's not only about, finding knowledge, but it's about finding knowledge that's condensed, because you can spend thousands of hours learning the same stuff that my course teaches you, right? Per se, but this is just 20 hours of content. Now it's still a lot of content, but if you look at my YouTube, I have probably over 600 videos and over, I would say thousands of hours of things you could watch. Now it's all free, but this is very condensed, and it also goes into more detail. And the biggest thing I can say is it has I think it's about 4 to 6 hours of live trading that I recorded, and you could see me getting in and getting out and explaining why I'm getting in, explaining why I'm getting out. You can see my prints go through, and I try and add live trades as well, because I know that a lot of you guys get a lot out of my thought process when I'm trading live. And so I don't like to do it actually live, but it is a live trade. It's just recorded, and then I can show you guys and explain to you guys while I'm in the moment what I'm thinking, why I'm scaling in, why I'm scaling out, so on and so forth. There's a ton of content to learn from here. Now I realize it's expensive, and at the end of the day, if it's too expensive, that's fine. That's your choice to make. At the end of the day, for me, this is like studying content like this was probably the biggest reason for my successes. Now, I'm not saying my course and my course alone is going to make you successful, because that's just not the reality, guys. I mean, I hope that's the case, but at the end of the day, you as a trader have to realize, not any one thing is going to make you a perfect trader. I continue to study. I continue to learn to this day. And I've obviously proven time and time again that, I can trade, very, very profitably and take a small amount and turn it into a big amount. But I also am human, and I make mistakes, and I'm not the perfect trader, but there's a ton of content on here that you can learn from. And so I'll post that for you guys. I'm doing a sale. It's 28% off. Probably gonna. I don't know when it's gonna end. Probably at the end of the week. But a lot of you guys have been asking me for a course sale and trying to take advantage of this because you want to learn about my strategies. That basically most of these strategies, if not all, is the same strategies I use on how I took 1,000 and 5 million in 256 business days. Right. Business Insider did an article about that too, and they fully verified it. They actually audited me. It took me about a month and a half to get it done. Here's the article. You have to obviously sign up for it, but yeah, I mean, and Bloomberg's doing an article as well now, which is awesome. But anyways, at the end of the day, guys, I made this entire website, for you guys. Now I realize things cost, but at the end of the day, things cost in this world. I know it. That's why I decided to trade. I've been fortunate enough to be able to, create a living for myself in trading, and at the end of the day, whether you're Jeff Bezos, whether you're Elon Musk, Bill Gates, every one of them, it's bigger than that, right? And the fact that it's bigger than that, this is just materials that you can learn from and hopefully help yourself in. But it also took a year and a half of my life. I also had to, pay for people to help, not only look it over legality-wise, but look it over from, making sure it's edited properly, and it was a huge project of mine. This is probably the biggest project I ever worked on in my entire life, to be honest. A year and a half of my life was devoted. That's basically my AA degree all into this course. So, I took it very seriously. Now, the one thing that I will say is the content is not exactly crystal clear. It's not like 4K resolution, but I wouldn't have put it up on the website if I felt like everything that was on this course was not, it didn't matter exactly how clear it was. The concepts are the powerful part of this course. And so, yeah, I mean, it's all about studying. I also have scanners as well. You guys can check that out. This is how I find about probably 70 to 80%, I'll say 60 to 80% of my trades come from trade ideas. Eric Stan, I don't know if trade ideas is on sale. I don't own them, but I can tell you my scanners are on sale. You have to have trade ideas as well as my scanners. If you don't have trade ideas, you can't run my scanners, just a heads up. And then also, guys, you know, the biggest part of it all, my free chat room, my free YouTube. You know, my free chat room, guys, you know, I've probably missed out on, in all honesty, tens of millions of dollars by not having a subscription model over the past 3 years plus now of owning my own chat room. And you know what? It's not, I don't care. You know, I want everybody to have an opportunity to learn from the mods that we've you know, luckily had over the years, and I want to thank every single one of them for, you know, supporting the NorMagnoTrading.com community. Trust me, I don't take them for granted, even kind of. They help everyone out, and I really do appreciate them for, you know, giving back to the community and trying to build a like-minded group of people where everybody can succeed. And so, you know, those of you guys that are in the room, you should be very grateful that you have, you know, 19 birdies, Brenny Penny, Diego, Mauricio, Ariel, you know, all the mods, right? Jazz. I can go on and on, okay? Thomas, so on and so forth. But, you know, not only that, Richie and Spud, and I could go on and on, okay? They all are trying to, Stock Authority as well, yeah. You know, they all are trying to create an opportunity for you guys to learn from. And we're all here for one reason, and that's to study. Knowledge is power when applied, and making sure you continue to grind on those concepts of, you know, building your own edge. You know, everybody trades at their own pace. Everybody has their own process. You know, just because I have, you know, students, it doesn't mean they're all going to trade exactly the same. Not one of them I've ever traded the same that I've ever seen. But it's the concepts that you take home with you, and you can work with them, and however emotionally you can handle them is how you trade. So yeah, I wanted to do a sale. I try and do sale as much as I can for you guys to take an opportunity to create a little bit of a more affordable approach to this. It's no different than when you go to school, guys. You know, when you go to college, you know, you have a tuition, right? But this is way cheaper than tuition, and it can. You know, I've proven I can take 1,000 and turn it into 17 million plus, and you know, you don't need a ton of money to do that. I've proven it. Now, I'm not the normal trader. You know, 90% of traders fail, and we all have to know that. You all have to realize there's risk in this world, but without risk, there's no reward. So, yes, guys, just think of it like tuition per se, extremely cheap tuition, I guess, if you want to look at it from a tuition standpoint. But there's also a ton of other people you can learn from on YouTube. I just recommend going on YouTube and typing in how to day trade, how to swing trade, how to long term. Go on I don't like to do a lot of shout outs, but go on Chat with Traders. There's a ton of good traders on there, and you can just study how they have done it over the years. You know, you just have to put the time in to find people and to learn and to motivate yourself and be disciplined. Okay. And I truly do believe if you have a full-time job, you can still trade and do it successfully. I truly am a firm believer in that, okay? Anyways, guys, I posted the link there for the 28% off on the course. Check that out. I also have scanners on sale, free chat room, free YouTube as well for you guys. And I appreciate all you guys for supporting the NorMagnoTrading.com community, okay? Hopefully you guys are getting something out of the NorMagnoTrading.com community. What was the biggest trade of your career? Probably GameStop. I think I made like $1 million plus on that in a single day, probably in a couple hours. But right now we're just kind of on a struggle. You know, that's it. And I'll be back. You know, I'm a human. I make mistakes. I'm not some robotic, perfect, you know, trader. And I'm learning a lot about myself through this tough patch. You know, my next goal is to make 10 million plus in one trade. You know, and I keep setting the bar higher and higher, and that's just the reality. Just being honest with you guys. I want to be a role model. I want to be an inspiration, a motivation for you guys. And I want to do it with the account that I all started with $1,000. So, yeah. Anyways, guys. Sure, I'm in another tough patch. But again, guys, I'll always be transparent, open, and honest for you guys. And I look forward to hopefully giving you guys more and more knowledge as we continue to get better every day as a group at NorMagnoTrading.com. All right, guys, subscribe. Please like the click the icon alert if you make